10 News to go, your quick check of the big stories we're tracking and where you can get updates on them today. And companies are going to be expecting to begin building the border wall prototypes here in San Diego.
10 News reporter Mimi Alcala shows us the activity taking place right now in Otay Mesa.
We were told by sources that the building of those prototypes will start today. We're waiting to see if that actually happens, but there is a lot of action going on here today. You can see they put up orange barriers and there are Border Patrol agents blocking off the street Via de la Amistad that leads up to that construction zone. Now, preparations continued yesterday. Several law enforcement agencies have been patrolling the area throughout the day. Barriers blocked off what we were told is a free speech zone where people can express their viewpoints, but there are concerns that the building of these prototypes will cause large protests. 6 companies will be building 8 wall models, and in the past few weeks, a new fence was put up. It's about 8 feet high, and behind it, the work on the wall prototypes will begin. It's also plastered with signs telling people to keep out. Now, there are no parking signs plastered all up and down this street. It goes into effect today all the way until November 10th. If we see any construction going on, we'll be sure to let you know. In Otay Mesa, Mimi Alcala, 10 News.
Mimi, thank you. And 10 News will be out there all day monitoring that construction and checking in with different agencies. And if crews do break ground, we'll let you know tonight on 10 News, starting with the Now San Diego at 4. We'll also post any updates on 10news.com.
Well, we have this problem still on the 125 at Hamishaw, where we do have an overturned car. You can see all of the traffic in Sky 10. This is from a little bit earlier, but the car is still there. It's partially blocking that right lane as well as the shoulder there, and they're trying to get everything out of the way. I'm not really sure how long it's going to last, but speeds are down to 7 miles per hour as you head northbound right now on the 125. Now, Sky 10 just took off and actually headed to this crash. It just popped up. 4 cars involved here. We have 3 lanes blocked off. An ambulance has been called out to the scene here. So again, I'm going to watch this for you, 8 westbound, and I'll post additional information at 10 News Kalina. Jason?
All right, thank you very much.
Developing story here today. The County Board of Supervisors expected to continue the state of emergency for the hepatitis A outbreak. They will also be releasing some new information on where the outbreak stands right now. We're going to have a crew there as supervisors talk about both those issues. As soon as we find out the new info, we will post it on 10news.com.
Right now, a brush fire is continuing to rage in Corona near the Riverside-Orange County line, and at least 1 building has been destroyed. Renee Nelson in the 10 News Live Center. And where does the firefight stand right now, Renee?
Well, the fire's still huge, and it can be seen from about 30 miles away. Right now, more schools are closing in the midst of this massive fire. Let's take a look at those live pictures right there. Firefighters actually doing a really good job getting it under control, considering all the fuel that's around there for them to burn. Right now, that fire stands at 2,000 acre, about 5% contained. We are expecting new numbers at any moment.
As Renee mentioned earlier, the chairman and CEO of Equifax is stepping down 2 weeks after revelations of a huge data breach there. Richard Smith retired yesterday. The news coming out just in the last hour. Equifax revealed earlier this month that in May, hackers compromised the information of 143 million people. Not long after that, it was made public that a second hack occurred 2 months before that in March. A federal investigation is underway. 2 other top executives stepped down a couple of weeks ago. A class action lawsuit has been filed here in San Diego.
Well, we've been talking about how beautiful the sunrise is, so let's take a look at it across the county. The best one, I think, right now takes the cake. PQ, the sun just blasting our cameras there, looking absolutely gorgeous. No matter where you are, though, it is pretty out there. Along the coast, 78 degrees here this afternoon. We'll see a nice breeze pick up later, but not quite as windy as yesterday. And our inland neighborhoods topping off in the mid-80s.
So the news continues with Good Morning America next. An update on the humanitarian crisis in Puerto Rico. More than 1 million still without power. Hurricane Maria, meantime, heading along the East Coast.
And we want to congratulate Jason from Chula Vista, who won our family 4-pack of Disney tickets.
Great name.
Not
no,
me.
not this
I used to live in Chula Vista, and that would, but no, it wasn't. It was Jason. So if you didn't win today, you'll have another chance tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining us on this Tuesday. Have a great day, and we will see you back here in the morning.